This is a core and coil transformer, called such because it is copper coils wrapped around a steel core. This particular one weighs around 35 pounds. I'm large enough with large enough hands that I can pick it up with one hand. Other people, maybe not so easy. Take a look. Now this particular one is built around a T-type coil. I call it a T-type coil because of the way it is made. Right here, you can see two welds. So you have the top bar of a T, a bar going down, and down here, the welds are closer. So this central piece forms a T with these two L pieces at either side. The trick is to get past those welds. Now there's a couple of ways to do this. One way is, and this is the way I used to use, is to grind through them until they break and then force a wedge down in there, pry them apart. Another way, which is the way I have come to use, is to use an air hammer. And this is a lot of fun to do. A little noisy, a little hard on the hands, but dig out my air hammer here. This is my air hammer. No, I'm not sponsored by Snap-on. No, I have no affiliation with them. Hell, I'm not sponsored by anybody. This is a nice, powerful tool. It'll hammer through almost anything. And just need to get out the chisel. Okay, I'm going to use this chisel for now. Let me see if I can find my other chisels here. Ah, there they are. Okay. I do not buy chisels from Snap-on. They are way too expensive and I destroy them. Believe me, I destroy them. I just go to Harbor Freight and I grab their central pneumatic chisels. And I use them. So, whoop, one central pneumatic chisel. And put that back up there. So, put the chisel in there. Grab my air hose. Yeah. One of these days I'll properly organize this mess. And things won't look so bad. Right now, I built this shop in July, and then I got sick. Yes, I caught COVID. And that put me way behind. So, there we are. Now, this is going to get a little loud. Bear with me. What I do is I line, hammer up on top of the weld, and I go. And it breaks off. So, let's do this again. Ready? Doesn't take much. Okay. I know it may not look like it's been taken apart, but it has. It's been busted. Another shot. Ah, there we go. It's starting to give. There we go. Do. Short and sweet and easy. This one doesn't want to give. Let's Try it again. There we go. Just a light tap, really. I've used other air hammers. My father-in-law has one that will not do this. It's not strong enough. You see the bottom weld. That's all you got to do. Now, normally, I would have it way up here. I have a couple of anvils. I'll pull one of them out. I'll pull one of them out here in a minute and show you what I'm talking about. I have a couple of anvils that I use that allows me to drive the centerpiece out of the coils. So, this thing can be a real bear to control sometimes. What fell down? Something fell down. Oh, package of chisels fell down behind my bench. So, now that I've got it apart, now fair warning, cut metal, even if all you're doing is breaking the welds, is sharp. Stay away from these edges. Stay away from the cut edges of the copper. Wear gloves if you feel the need. I have nerve damage in my hands and have difficulty feeling through gloves, so I don't always wear gloves when I probably should, because I need to feel what I'm touching. Okay, now, to get the core out. Not that difficult under normal circumstances, but this may not be normal circumstances. Take the chisel out and put my hammer chisel in. Yes, I want to hammer it out. And here we have what I refer to as my anvils. You see? These are two old core and coils. These are what are known as figure eights. They had only one coil instead of the two that you see in the smaller one that I'm working with. Okay, give me just a moment and get a couple of things out of my way here. As I trip over everything. Okay, back the camera up. Let's raise it up like so. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the core and coil between the two anvils so that the anvils rest here and here. That leaves the core pretty much hanging between the coil. Now I have to watch it carefully. There we go, it came into focus. I have to watch it carefully because these anvils will slip. Now I'm going to take, this is just a little 2-pound lump hammer, and I'm going to hammer it down a little bit just to make sure things are worked free. Then out comes the big gun. This beautiful snap-on air hammer. And then observe. Blast it. Okay. Now what has happened here is my hammer has gotten caught down inside. So I'm going to take another little hammer here, and I'm going to pound out. part of the core by hand. Come on out. And then my air hammer, free. And then it's a simple matter of smack, smack. Clear things out of the way. And there we go. As you can see, shaped like a capital T. Then smack it against the anvil, and apart it comes like so. And wire snips, snip the connector, and there we go. That combined is about 7 pounds of copper. Now what you got to do at this point, when I say clean it, you got to get all this paper off, and then there is glue and the like on this. There are a couple ways you can do that. One, you can unwind it. That takes forever. Me, I put it in my campfire. I've got a fire pit. I put it in that, usually 10 or 15 of these at a time, and just let them slow cook. That burns off the paper, melts off the lacquer, and after about 4 or 5 hours, the coil just comes apart like a slinky. So there you go. That's how you take apart a core and coil transformer. Depending on the size, generally you should get a 25% copper to weight ratio. In this particular instance, it's more like 20% because of the heavy core. And when you get a hold of them, if you buy them from a company, like I buy mine from a local metals broker, and then I sell back everything, he cuts me a fairly low price on the original purchase and gives me a higher price on what I return because, well, I do exclusive business with him most of the time. Sometimes I get things out that isn't from him, but I always sell to him. So what we have here is around $30 worth of copper at this point. Not bad. Okay, that is how you tear apart a core and coil transformer. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe and comment if you choose.